good. Happy Friday evening to you. Welcome to our plant-based bunch. This is take number 3, and I think we've got it now. I don't know what happened, but I think we've got it under control. Welcome to you all. This is a live broadcast, and if you are watching the replay, then you're not watching it live, and you might like to by subscribing to our channel and hitting that bell so that you get notifications when we're here. So, having said that, I'm hoping that the people that were here will be coming on back quickly. And I am so sorry that I just felt like I needed to start over again. There we go. There's Jennifer. There's Miss Dolores. And I'm hoping that Carol will come back and Genesis will come back so that we can really get rolling on this. So we were discussing caffeine, and the thing about what we're talking about is we're doing little health nuggets about different things. Back in town. Is that Ramon? How are you? Farsight's here. Ramon on Periscope. Welcome, welcome. We're glad you're here. We visited a lot of these topics on Periscope, but I want to come to YouTube Live and talk to you guys about them also, so that you can receive the benefit and the blessing of learning about these things too. And it's been such a blessing that the Lord has shared. I like coffee and tea. Earl Grey. I think Earl Grey has caffeine in it too, doesn't it? I believe. Well, we're going to talk about it. First of all, what I want to ask you guys is, does coffee have any calories? How many calories does coffee have in it? Somebody tell me. Quick. How many calories? Less than 5. That's a good guess. Miss Dolores doesn't know. Absolutely 0. Unless you put milk and sugar in it. It has no calories. Yes, I'm talking about with no cream and sugar. How many calories does it have in it? None. Does it make you feel like you have been woken up after you drink it? Does it make you feel like you've got some energy after you drink it? For most people, that's a lot of the reason why most people drink it, right? It makes you wake up in the mornings when you get out of bed, right? So how does that work? How does that happen? Let's illustrate this for you. Let's say you are running a marathon and you're just completely exhausted. You're probably 2/3 of the way through and you just can't go another step. So your very kind-hearted coach comes up and decides he's going to help you out a little bit and starts prodding you in the back and poking and prodding, and in order for him to stop, you just got to keep going, and you just keep going and going. How is that? How is that going to make? It's going to give you the energy to go. When he's poking you and prodding you, that you're gonna come up with that energy somehow to keep going. Welcome, you made it. You made it back. So I should tell you the whole story again. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to give you this analogy right now because I wanted you to hear this, Kara. Okay, let's see. Coffee helps me stay awake when I'm driving long distances. Yes, that's a problem. That is a big problem, and we're going to discuss it. All right, let's do this again. Okay, you're a marathon runner. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. I'm glad you let me know. It's good to have you. You're a marathon runner. You're running this marathon. You're running and running and running and running. You're probably 2/3 of the way through. You're getting completely exhausted. You can't take another step. Your coach comes up behind you and starts prodding you and poking you with a stick. And the only way to get him to stop is just to keep running. Of course, you're going to come up with the energy to do that, and you're going to keep running. But what is that doing? You're actually borrowing energy, and eventually you're not going to be able to keep it going. You're going to eventually burn out. It's the same thing with caffeine. You are borrowing stores of vital force, of vital energy that your body really doesn't have, and eventually you're going to completely exhaust your adrenal glands and exhaust your whole system and just wreak havoc on your body if you keep going like that. That is not the natural way to get the energy and to get the alertness that you need. It is not normal to have to rely on a foreign substance to keep you alert and going, to get you going in the morning. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. And that's not how God intended for our bodies to work, is to have to rely on caffeine to keep us going in the morning. Some of you who are already here during my second take, the first 2 takes didn't work because I couldn't get the image up on my iPad. Now everything's working fine, praise the Lord. But I'm going to just read a little bit from this little book. This is a cookbook, and it's an excellent cookbook, by the way. The Guilt-Free Gourmet, and maybe a lot of you have heard me read from it before. Written by Vicki and Gina Griffin. And it has an interesting place in the back about caffeine and other things and other health-related topics. So I just kind of wanted to read that a little bit to you. They have some really good statistics in here. One I'll just read to you is that Americans drink 33 million gallons of coffee a day, the equivalent of 30 seconds of full flow of the Niagara Falls. That's pretty amazing. 9 out of 10 North Americans use caffeine daily, with world consumption exceeding 4 million tons a year. It's been called the world's most widely used psychoactive drug, you guys. Coffee and its calamitous cousins, tea, cola, and chocolate, are really chemical relatives. Each contains toxic alkaloid chemicals known as methylated xanthines, which include caffeine, theobromine, and theophylline. That's enough to scare me away as it is. Cacao powder is bad. Yeah, it's not good. A lot of people, especially a lot of natural healthy people, use it, but it still has caffeine in it too. It has caffeine in it. And caffeine needs to be avoided. Well, that's good for you, Wendy. Caffeine needs to be avoided. It is a drug, you guys. Even though you can find it naturally in cacao and coffee beans, so you can find marijuana too, which is not good for you, and opium and all kinds of things. Yes, you cannot consume caffeine and have a strong, healthy body. It's just not doable. Caffeine is a chemical stressor. It contains no nutrients, like I said, no calories, no nutrients, and draws on the body's emergency reserves of energy. Just like the illustration that I showed you guys. It creates a chemical energy, not a real physical energy, but a chemical energy. And like any credit card purchase, one day you're going to have to pay it back. You're going to have to pay it back. Money borrowed comes due with interest. So, it's a stressor. It's a chemical stressor. Stress is stress, right? So we are marvelously adapted to handle temporary bouts of stress, but what happens to us when stress becomes prolonged? The result, disease, disability, and sometimes even death. Seriously. Do you know people that are like super addicted to caffeine, who drink, huge quantities of caffeinated beverages? They do die. Sometimes they die from an acute toxicity. So, anyways, like Alexis, are you still here? You said something interesting. You said that there's about a 27% decrease in brain blood flow with as little as 250 milligrams. I think that's a cup of coffee. And a significant increase in stress and anxiety. Caffeine has been shown to have detrimental effects on delicate motor performance. Cortisol fat. Cortisol fat? I'm not sure what is that related to what the caffeine affects or creates? Caffeine has been shown to have a detrimental effect on delicate motor performance and has a negative effect on free recall. Prolonged use can permanently impair memory and create a surplus of stress hormones in the brain. Cortisol, that's what you were talking about, Kara, which can promote long-term depression. Depression, you guys. Caffeine users are 3 times more likely to interpret an event as stressful, to just look at it as stressful, any event, and respond impulsively to stressful situations. Caffeine users are more likely to experience elevated levels of hostility, anxiety, depression, like we talked about, fatigue. Do any of us need more of those things? No. So, that caffeine comes with a price, you guys. And it creates a higher risk for different kinds of cancer, stomach cancer, kidney, lung, rectal, esophageal cancers. 2 cups a day doubles the risk of fatal bladder cancer, raises colon cancer risks by 250%. Vitamin deficiencies and poor iron absorption are also associated with caffeine use, especially tea. Some people say, well, I drink tea, it's not quite as bad. Tea is the same thing. If it's caffeinated tea, you want to avoid it like the plague. 1 to 5 cups of coffee a day increases heart attacks by 60%, while the risk of heart attacks by 60%, while 6 or more cups increases the risk 250%. Just 2 cups a day can raise blood pressure by 20%. You guys, you gotta get away from the coffee. Coffee it's a serious thing, and so many of us drink so much of it. It's like you have to have it in the morning to wake up. And that's the thing too, is your body ends up having to have it to wake up because it's not used to waking up naturally. So it's depending on that caffeine to get that jump start in the day. And it's just like a drug. Like people have to have heroin, marijuana, whatever, to keep going. It's the same thing with the caffeine. And that's not the way I want to live. I don't want my body to have to rely on an outside chemical to keep me alert and awake. It stresses also the pancreas. I love your chat. I must have binge watched like 4 of your live video replays and learned so much today that I learned in the last year of trying to eat healthy. I managed to avoid eating any meat today. Yay! That's a great start. Wonderful, Kara. I gotta tell you, I'm really excited about this Fitbit thing too. I just got this Fitbit, and Kara, you found me right on top of it, and I really love the interaction of you and Tamara and your other friends. What about decaffeinated teas? Okay, we're gonna talk about that next. That was my very next, after I was talking about the pancreas. Caffeine also stresses the pancreas and compounds diabetes by raising blood sugar levels and serum fatty acids, which can lead to functional hypoglycemia. It is also associated with calcium loss from your bones. The caffeine can create calcium loss, you guys. A child drinking a 12-ounce soda gets the equivalent amount of caffeine intake on a body weight basis of an adult who drinks 4 cups of instant coffee. Did you get that? A child drinking 12 ounces of soda is like an adult drinking 4 cups of instant coffee. And it's destroying them. It's not allowing them to absorb the nutrients, like it says. It's pulling calcium out of their bones. Not only soda, anyway. Yay, great. Not only the caffeine in the soda, but the sugar is destroying them. The carbonation, the phosphorus is pulling the calcium out of them. Soda is a broadcast all on its own. That is something that we really need to talk about. So what about decaf? All right, so I love my coffee though, so I'm just gonna get the decaf. That's not gonna work either. Not the coffee. I drink decaffeinated green tea and a bunch of water. Now, I'm not sure if when you decaffeinate tea, if it's any better for you either. I think if tea is naturally caffeinated, it's better to just avoid it, even if it's decaffeinated green tea. I know a lot of people say green tea is so good for you, but there are a lot of other things that can be good for you and do your body just as good without any of the harmful effects. When you're decaffeinating something, I think that you're really not, you're not getting the full. It's not fully good for you. Anything that has and if there's any chance that it might be detrimental to your health, you should not be consuming at all. So I'm going to read this part on decaffeinated. Even decaffeinated coffee has a number of potentially harmful chemicals, such as irritating caffeols and other alkaloid substances. During roasting, the coffee bean undergoes a chemical transformation that creates 700 volatile substances, including acetaldehyde, ammonia, carbon disulfide, acetic acid, and nitrosamines. That's what happens when you decaf your coffee. You get all kinds of other chemicals. So I think that's not a good idea. I know it's not a good idea. It's just not a good idea. So what do you do then? What do you do if coffee's really that bad for you? What are your options? Well, somebody said something on the other broadcast that I had to delete because it wasn't going so well. Roma, somebody's talking my language. This Roma's good stuff. It's good. It has the only thing in it. I think I'm gonna try to show you. Let me see if I can show you without getting my fingers in the way of the camera. Do you see it? It's kind of fuzzy. See if we can focus it. Roasted barley, roasted malt barley, roasted chicory, roasted rye. See that? That's it. Barley, malt barley, chicory, and rye. And Pero, was that you that said that, Miss Dolores? Somebody said Pero, and Pero's a really good one too. So there are beverages that kind of have a similar taste to coffee. If you're looking for the exact likeness of coffee, that's not going to happen. But the one thing you need to do really is pray. Pray that God takes that from you. Deborah likes it too. How are you, Deborah? I didn't know you were here. God can take those cravings from you. And, you know, if you're drinking lots and lots of water to flush out the caffeine out of your system, and maybe try the coffee substitutes for taste, you know, and just to enjoy them. Pero makes my stomach hurt. You know what? This Roma makes Curtis's stomach hurt. So if it makes your stomach hurt, don't take it. It doesn't bother me at all, in the least. You could find that one. Yes, there's another one that I liked. It was called Postum. But they stopped making it. I liked it really well, too. Postum. But pray that the Lord takes this from you, because he wants you to be healthy. He wants you to enjoy life. He wants your temple to be taken care of the best way you can. A bit high in price over here in Puerto Rico. It's about $10. Wow. You know what? It is. Now I say, wow. Well, it's still, I think this was like seven or eight, which is pricey too. And I hardly ever really use it because I like my tea. No cravings for me anymore. A friend tempted me, but it doesn't work. Oh, good for you. That's great. Another thing is no, if you're waking up in the morning and you feel like you have to have your caffeine, get plenty of sleep. Drink plenty of water. Follow those 8 laws of health that I'm constantly telling you about. They're so important. Just got here. I'm on my cell phone. PC died. Oh, man. When you're following those laws of health, you're going to find less and less that you're going to need coffee to be alert and to be awake. What are those 8 laws? Does anybody remember? Somebody tell me some. 8 laws of health. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you about my favorites. If you guys remember my vlogs, if you haven't been watching my vlogs, go watch some vlogs. And at the end, I like to drink my tea. And this is really a good one. This was a gift from a viewer. Puka, nighttime, dreamy bed of organic oat flour, lavender, and lime flower. So $9.99. Yeah, pretty pricey. So I love my tea. This is good stuff. And just relax at night. This, you know, this isn't going to wake you up. This is going to help you to relax, to be calm, to just enjoy a moment. Maybe get your Bible out and have a Bible study. Water, exercise, temperance, trust in God. There we go. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. You got 4 of them there. Nutrition. Remember the acronym New Start. I've been trying to find that T. Have you? I just saw it at the Whole Foods here. This came straight from the UK. Got mailed to me from the UK. So I didn't even think we could buy it here. And then I found Sunlight. That's right. And what did you say, Deborah? Whole Foods. I just saw this at Whole Foods, which I didn't think we could find it anywhere here because it came from the UK. What a nice, sweet gift from the DeBetcher family. Just have to throw that out there. And Emily Webster, she sent me a box too, so she must have found it here. Oh, she found it on Amazon. Amazon's got everything. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon. Their stores closing left and right out here, and everybody's blaming it on Amazon. But anyway, that's another story. So, rest, that's right. So, nutrition, exercise, lots of pure, clean, fresh water, sunshine, temperance in all things. Temperance is one of the 8 laws of health, and temperance, what does it mean? Moderation in all things that are good for you, and abstinence of all things that are bad, including caffeine. And then you have fresh air, pure fresh air, rest, trust in God. What a blessing. God is so good to us. And you know what? Just to remember that it's not difficult when you think about those 8 things. And if you want to know more about those, it's on my website, ourplantbasedsponge.com. We just break it all down for you there, so that you can understand those 8 laws are a necessity for good health, and staying away from that caffeine is vital, you guys, to good health. And a lot of people are like, no, I've got to have my coffee, got to have my coffee. And I want to tell you, it's not going to be easy. If you are really drinking coffee and you depend on it, it's not going to be easy to get off of it. I've got to be honest with you. You might even develop headaches. You might detox a bit. You might just feel sick and ill. But follow those 8 laws. Drink plenty of water. Pray sincerely that God helps you. And you will be so much the happier for it. And so will your adrenal glands and your vital force all together. Are going to be thanking you for giving up that caffeine. And coffee is not the only thing that has the caffeine. Chocolate, you guys, chocolate has caffeine in it, and not only caffeine, but it also has the theobromine in it, and it is not good for you. The cacao, people use that instead of chocolate. It's not good either. It's not good for you either. I know a lot of people might protest on that one, but it's just not. So instead of chocolate, we use carob, C-A-R-O-B, carob powder. It's good. And carob powder has nutritional value on its own. Chocolate, the only nutritional value it really has is when it's paired with milk, which might have a slight amount of nutritional value. And they say dark chocolate's really good for you. It's not good enough for you to have to sacrifice dealing with the caffeine with the chocolate. Carob is far better for you. It comes from the locust bean, and it's naturally sweeter than chocolate. You know, if you eat straight chocolate, the cocoa, it's bitter. I don't know if you cooked or baked with it. It is bitter. You need to add sugar and other things to make it palatable. And chocolate's another topic that we need to really discuss deeper, because it's not a good one either to be consuming. But anyways, I think that's enough. I think I gave you enough to chew on. What do you think? Yes? Love you guys. I'm so grateful for you all. And thank you for watching. Those of you who are able to get on live. Thank you, replay viewers, for stopping by and catching us. I'm hoping that you will subscribe. We're only about 90 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers, which is a blessing. Aw, I'm feeling the love, Teresa. That's what you got to do here, because on Periscope, you got the hearts flying everywhere, you know. But you're just going to have to give me some heart emojis, right? So you guys have a great evening. I'm going to go for now. I hope you have a good evening. God bless you all. We'll catch you next time. I'm not sure about the weekend. You know, it's variable when I'll be on or not. Where can I get the recipe for the einkorn bread? Right on the website, too, ourplantbasedbunch.com. If you go to recipes, you'll find a spot there in the drop-down menu for the einkorn bread. God bless you, too. We're so grateful to have you. We'll catch you next time. I might come on tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm doing a vlog. I'm doing a vlog, too. So there'll be a vlog up soon. Yay! If not tomorrow, if I don't get it edited tomorrow night, I will try my best to get it done on Sunday. Love you all. Have a good evening. You too. And don't forget to live well and be strong. Adios.